reckon we value history anymore? Do we respect our institutions and the principles that they're founded upon? Do we even respect the people who, in days gone by, advocated fresh ideas and laid out the foundations of our civilization, allowing us to live in the most prosperous, free and creative of times ever? Well, increasingly we turn our backs on these things. Well, some of us do. And so it is that in New York City, a statue has been removed from City Hall. For 187 years, this likeness of Thomas Jefferson has been proudly displayed in City Hall. Founding father, diplomat, polymath, towering figure, and the third president of the United States, Jefferson has now been taken away in shame because more than two centuries ago, his Virginia plantation used slave labour. He was born into an economy that was built on the repugnant reality of slave labour. It's all he knew at that time. He was actually part of early efforts to end slavery and limit slavery, but yes, he inherited slaves, traded in people and profited from them. Jefferson was also the chief author of the timeless Declaration of Independence that opened with the powerful words, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Now, through the slavery that was central to daily life in his part of the world, Jefferson obviously did not exactly live up to these ideals at the time. All men were not created equal. And written today, he'd never used the word men either. But those words, those ideals, that declaration and the republic it gave life to, well, they led to the abolition of slavery and the emancipation of people right across the United States half a century later, not to mention the vote and equality for women. Jefferson's work helped deliver the end of slavery later and other civil rights, victories and all sorts of advances centuries later. But his statue is taken down, all his good works, all the history and the facts, all the light and shade, the good and evil of that complex history, it's wiped aside to quell some fluttering breeze of wokeness, to bow to cancel culture. History and institutions matter. Cancelling Thomas Jefferson is to empower ignorance. It's to turn your back on the very ideals of America and the free democratic world. However imperfectly these ideals have been put into practice, the ideals as eloquently expressed by Jefferson matter, and they matter now as much as ever.